question 16, it says here the Tan family finished 5 kg of rice in 5 days. The graph below shows the amount of rice consumed by the Tan family from day 1 to day 5. Day 5 is not drawn to it's not drawn at all. Okay, so no rice was consumed on day 3. Draw the bar for the amount of rice consumed by the Tan family on day 5. Okay, so in this case we know that they have consumed 5 kg of rice in 5 days, and we need to know how many is one of these gaps over here. So let's draw a gap. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in this case, we'll say 5 gaps is equal to, the first number is 0.5, and then one gap is equal to 0.5 divided by 5 equal to 0.1. So we know one gap is 0.1 kg, right? In this case over here. Right, so now let's calculate for each day. So day 1, if we calculate the line over here, let's make it red. Right, so 2.123, so this is 2.3. Okay, so 2.3. Okay, let's see for day 2. Day 2, let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, so day 2 is just one above, so it should be 1.1. Okay, day 3 is nothing, and then day 4, let's move to day 4. Day 4, let's see how much does it get. Right, in this case over here, day 4 is 0 0.5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is 0 0.8. Right, let me just put 0.8. All right, so now we know the total. We can get day 5. So in this case, right, day 5 is equal to 5 minus 5 is the total, 5 minus 2.3 minus 1.1 minus 0.8. And what would this give us? So let's use the calculator. So let me just move it over here. 5 minus 2.3 minus 1.1 minus 0.8. Okay, this will give us 0.213 minus 1.08. Okay, 0.8. Okay, 0.8 plus 0.8. Okay, right. Yes, correct. So 0.8 is where? Day 4, right? So we just draw a rectangle that is also 0.8, like this. There you go. So make sure they are aligned. Okay, which is the same as this as well, right? Okay, yeah, roughly the same lah. All right, that's it. Let's move on to the next part B. So what fraction of 5 kg of rice was consumed on day 1? Okay, so day 1 we know is 2.3. So fraction is basically equal to 2.3 out of 5. Okay, so we can multiply this by 2. Let me just put as a proper fraction, right? So day 1 is equal to, then we just put 2.3 divided by 5 in this case, right? So how do you make a decimal into a what do you call this, a fraction? So the simplest way is, since this is a fraction, you just multiply this by 10. Okay, pretty straightforward. 10, and they have 10 here as well. Okay, so then this will become, right, so it's 23 out of 50. Can we divide anything else? Probably not. Okay, so in this case, the answer to this is what fraction? On day 1, this will be 23 out of 50. Okay, there you go. That's the answer. Okay, all right, let's move to the next question. Question C. 200 grams of rice fill 1 cup. How many of such cups of rice were consumed by the end of day 4? Okay, so kg of rice by end of day 4 is equal to 5 minus 0.8. Okay, right, just minus the last day lah. So it will be 4.2. Okay, so if you use the calculator to double check, so 5 minus 0.8, this is 4.2. Okay, so now we know it is 4.2 kg, right? So 200 grams is equal to how many kilograms, right? So 200, and then we divide it by 1000. Okay, it's not 2000, 200. So this should be, you can use the calculator, 200 divided by 1000, 0.2. Okay, pretty straightforward. 0.2 kg. So number of cups is equal to 4.2, and then divided by 0.2, and this will give us, so let's go 4.2 divided by 0.2, this is 21 cups. Okay, so the answer is 21. Oops. Right, there you go. That's the answer. Let me just move this here. Okay. All right, let's move to the last part D. So it says here the average amount of rice consumed from day 1 to day 7 was 0.9 kg. Write down one possible set of values for the amount of rice consumed on day 6 and day 7. Okay, so we know that's 7 days. So total rice in day 7 days, right, is equal to 7 times 0.9. Okay, this should be 6.3. Can use the calculator to double check. 7 times 0.9 go to 6.3, right? So this is the total rice. Now I'll write down the possible values. So in this case we can just 5. So day 6 plus day 7 is equal to, we have 5. So 6.3 minus 5, this will give us 1.3 kg. All right, so I mean, you can do whatever combination you want, to be honest. It can be 1 and 1.3, or so it can be like, for example, possible answers can be 1 kg and 0.3 kg, right? And you can do 0.9, right? zero point 0.9 kg and 0.4. Okay, and then 0.8, and this is 0.5, and 0.7, and then 0.6. Okay, either works, right? So these are the possible answers. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay, so make sure, so can be any number, decimal numbers, but must add to 1 3 kg. Okay, so this is how it looks like, basically, right? So possible answers, you can do whatever combination you want. Okay, all right, that's it.